In the cold outer reaches of our solar system, far beyond the warmth of the sun, orbits a frozen world, small, icy, silent. At first glance, Europa, one of Jupiter's largest moons, seems an unlikely place to look for life. Its surface is a cracked, chaotic canvas of ice, torn by invisible forces and irradiated by Jupiter's harsh magnetic field. But beneath that frozen shell lies a mystery, a hidden ocean, vast, global, and deep. And within its darkness, scientists suspect, might exist one of the most profound revelations of our time. Life, not just microbial, not just surviving, but thriving, nourished by the heat of the moon's belly and the chemistry of geothermal vents. This is the story of how Europa, a distant moon orbiting a gas giant, became one of our best hopes for finding alien life. Europa was first observed by Galileo Galilei in 1610, one of four major moons circling Jupiter. For centuries, it was just a point of light. But in the 20th century, spacecraft like Voyager and Galileo revealed a world unlike any we had imagined. Europa's surface is a shell of bright water ice, reflecting sunlight with eerie brilliance. But what stunned scientists was its smoothness. Unlike the heavily cratered moons around it, Europa seemed young, active, geologically restless. Its ice was crisscrossed with dark lines, ridges, cracks, and chaos terrains, suggesting something was churning beneath. Europa was not a dead ball of rock and ice. It was alive with motion. Theorists proposed a daring idea: an ocean beneath the ice, kept liquid by tidal heating. As Europa orbits Jupiter, the planet's immense gravity stretches and squeezes the moon, generating friction and heat within. This internal heating could melt ice deep below the surface, creating a vast subsurface ocean and potentially a habitat. On Earth, life clings to sunlight. Photosynthesis drives ecosystems from forest to reef. But not all life on Earth relies on the sun. In 1977, scientists exploring the deep ocean discovered something extraordinary: hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, belching superheated, mineral-rich water into the abyss. Around them, entire ecosystems thriving in total darkness. These black smokers and white smokers supported organisms that drew energy not from light, but from chemical reactions, a process called chemosynthesis. Bacteria consumed hydrogen sulfide and methane, fueling food chains filled with tube worms, clams, and ghostly fish. If life could evolve and persist in Earth's darkest depths, why not in Europa's? Based on gravitational measurements and magnetic field analysis, scientists believe Europa's subsurface ocean could be 100 kilometers deep, covering the entire moon. That's more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. Beneath an estimated 15 to 25 kilometers of ice lies this global sea. But is it just a lifeless expanse of salt water, or is it dynamic, moving, mixing, reacting? Models suggest Europa's ocean could be in contact with a rocky seafloor, allowing for chemical exchange. That's critical because on Earth, hydrothermal vents arise where seawater meets magma-heated rock. The water becomes enriched with metals, gases, and nutrients, the very ingredients life needs. If Europa's seafloor hosts similar vent systems, they could create oases of habitability, islands of energy in a dark, cold sea. All life as we know it requires three things: liquid water, energy, and organic molecules. Europa has water in abundance. Energy could come from tidal heating and chemical gradients. But what about the building blocks of life? Spectroscopic data from Europa's surface show evidence of salts, carbonates, and even possible organics, delivered by comets, created by radiation, or emerging from the ocean below. Some theorists believe that oxidants formed on Europa's irradiated surface could be transported downward by ice tectonics, mixing into the ocean and fueling redox chemistry, essential for metabolism. Others speculate that Europa's interior may host serpentinization, a process where water reacts with rock to produce hydrogen and methane, both key fuels for chemosynthetic life. Europa might be a chemical laboratory with the right ingredients, the right conditions, and billions of years to let the experiment run. We know that Europa's surface is dynamic, marked by ridges, chaos regions, and plumes. But what lies beneath? Some of the most compelling evidence comes from plume activity, geyser-like eruptions of water vapor detected by the Hubble Space Telescope and the Galileo spacecraft. These plumes suggest that water from the subsurface ocean occasionally bursts through cracks in the ice, venting into space. If confirmed, these plumes are windows into the ocean, potentially allowing future spacecraft to sample ocean material without drilling. More tantalizing is the possibility of hydrothermal activity at the ocean floor. On Earth, these vent systems form complex mineral structures, like chimneys and towers, where life flourishes. Could Europa have similar systems? Volcanically heated water rising through fissures in the seafloor, creating chemical gardens in the dark? Recent computer models, drawing on Europa's gravity and composition, suggest this is plausible. The ocean could be layered, salty, convecting, and interacting with a silicate mantle rich in energy sources. If so, Europa's hydrothermal vents might not just support life, they might be the origin of it. For decades, Europa has enticed scientists and space agencies alike. But exploring a frozen moon 600 million kilometers away is no small task. NASA's Europa Clipper, set to launch in the 2030s, will perform dozens of flybys of the moon, mapping its surface, analyzing its thin atmosphere, and possibly flying through plumes to detect signs of organic compounds, salts, or even biosignatures. Meanwhile, ESA's JUICE mission, Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, will also investigate Europa, along with Ganymede and Callisto. Future missions may go further, landing on the surface, melting through the ice, or deploying cryobots and submersibles to explore the ocean itself. These missions aim to answer one question: are we alone? The discovery of life on Europa, even a single microbe, would be revolutionary. It would prove that life is not a miracle of Earth alone, but a cosmic inevitability, arising wherever conditions permit. If life can exist in the ocean beneath an icy moon, it could exist on Enceladus, Titan, or in the subsurface lakes of Mars. It could exist on exoplanets, or in places we've never imagined. Europa challenges our understanding of biology, of habitability, of what it means to be alive. It forces us to expand our definitions, to see life not just in forests and fields, but in vents and ice and darkness. And with that comes responsibility. If we find life, we must protect it. Europa is not just a target. It is a world, ancient, alien, and precious. We are entering a golden age of astrobiology. With new telescopes, missions, and models, we are poised to explore Europa like never before. But the challenges are immense. How do we drill through kilometers of ice without contaminating the ocean? How do we build autonomous submersibles that can survive in alien darkness? How do we identify life that may not use Earth-like chemistry? These are questions not just of engineering, but of imagination. In the coming decades, Europa may become the site of the most ambitious scientific endeavor in human history, a direct search for life beyond Earth. It will take decades of planning, international collaboration, and technological leaps. But the prize is worth it. Because in the silence beneath the ice, in the warmth of geothermal vents, in the dark where no sunlight has ever reached, we may find something extraordinary. Not fossils, not ruins, but life itself, current, thriving, and utterly alien.